books up in there.
Who, you?
No,
You putting your books in the air?
I ain't put my...
No, but I was.
Put your books in the air.
Put your books in the air. Ow. This is what y'all got to deal with, man. Welcome back to the BookFest Club. I'm your host, Jay, along with my co-host, Jules, and my co-host, Key.
Yeah.
And today, we are late. I would say we are 7 days late, but better late than never.
Exactly.
This episode is going to be our March recommendations, right? You got 3 hosts with 3 different tasting books. So you're going to get multiple recommendations. We're going to give 3 recommendations apiece as to why you should read these books and where you can pick these books up. But before we get into it, how's the week, good people? How's everybody going? Jules just came back from
H-Town.
Houston.
Down there with
How
wifey,
was it, Jules?
man? It was good, man. Went down there, got refreshed, reset, got my spirit fed, man. Hanging out with wifey. Fun times, man.
That's what's up, man. I seen the post, man. It seemed like a lot was being poured in, you know, to you guys at the conference. What conference was that?
It was a church planners conference, man. My wife and I were active in our local church, man, and we're contemplating falling into some leadership positions, hopefully.
That's amazing.
You got to go and get equipped. You got to go get trained up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was.
Can I say this, Jude? Can I say
Absolutely.
this about what you do at the church? You're speaking. Can I say that?
Sure.
Hey, for y'all that don't know, and I'm not even too sure if Key knew that he was an ordained minister.
Wow.
That he was an ordained minister.
Yes.
And he's actually preached services at his church multiple times. You guys can go on his page and see him do his thing. When you're talking about being in his element, somebody that's sitting at the feet of his pastor, somebody that's sitting at the feet of at the feet of God, and you want to see him in a different light outside of the book space, check him out when he preaches, man. The man is powerful. For us to have that on the podcast is very special. Reason hence why he's here. It's my boy, right?
I would say Jules also is a man of many talents. Not only I didn't know
he
that
he Capadonna. He got mad jobs.
Literally, he also he has. Is it Jules Vending? He has a vending business. He does everything.
Speaking engagements,
literally,
right?
He does everything.
Not too much on me, man.
So look, remember Cap know how to fly a plane. Cap was a cook. You know what I'm saying? Cap was a licensed. He was a licensed minister because he wanted to marry Blair. No, like. I tell you, bro. We got Capadonna on the podcast. Cap
right here. That's amazing.
What about you, Key?
My week was great. Just like we talked about on an episode me and Jay just filmed. I read an amazing book here recently. It's called The Idea of You by Robin Lee. That is March is Women's History Month, I believe. Yes. So it's all about women, and I'm prioritizing books by women, especially Black women. So I read this book, The Idea of You. The main character, so Lynn, owns an art gallery, and it really got me interested in the art scene here in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm repping for Naptown. So me and my husband are actually going to an art show later today. So I'm very, very excited about that. But my week has been absolutely amazing. I've knocked down some really good books. Y'all know I'm night shift now. I kid you not. I am finishing a book every single night. And I can't wait to get into these March recommendations because I got some really, really amazing book recs for you guys. So, yes.
Well, besides me getting horse kicked in the head on a Monday, I'm back on a Saturday. I'm back on a Saturday recording. That was my week in a nutshell. Nothing new happened. We just moving and flowing. we just moving and flowing back, you know what I'm saying, back and forth to the doctor, getting this thing going.
That's crazy.
Other than that, we're going to let the ladies go first because these are our top 3 recommendations for the month of March. So with that being said, Key, go ahead and take it away. What is your first book recommendation for the month of March for the good people out there?
Okay, my first book recommendation is the book. It's called Sage. It's by author J.L. Miller. Now, I discovered this book on Threads. And the reason why I'm recommending this book is because I thought the book was hilarious. It's funny. It's sexy. It's about our FMC. Her name is Sage. And she has to make a choice between the man who is the love of her life that she feels like, except he can't be consistent, and the man who is giving her the love and the affection that she wants, but they are not compatible sexually, and that is because this is the twist.
Okay, go ahead.
Because he likes to be pegged. Now,
hey, a little bit of God.
So that was a surprise.
You're wild, Jay.
For me.
Hey, yo, bro. My God, bro. He like to get his kitty licked. That's nasty word.
No. It's not kitty licked. If you
I
know
know
what
what you
pegging
mean.
is.
Oh, I know what that is. Ultimate
Uh,
betrayal.
Ultimate betrayal.
He is
Hey,
a
just over
villain.
here, it's exit only over here,
Yo,
like for
bro,
real.
that's
But the reason
crazy.
why I recommend this, it's by a female author, a Black female
I
author,
hope so.
and
You mean I hope it ain't about male?
so much fun with
Mm.
this book because I had my guess who our FMC Sage was going to end up with, and she did not end up with the person I wanted her with, but that's okay. I just really want people to read it because I believe that this is an indie author, and I really just had a lot of fun with this book. And again, this is a Black woman author, and I am celebrating women this month, so that is my first book recommendation.
That's crazy. I don't even know how to follow up being pegged. Not me being pegged, but the book person being
At
pegged.
all, bro. At all.
Whoa. I mean,
My face hurts
I'll
from
do it, man. We'll bring it back home with some regular romance that's not being pegged.
Some regular,
I'll go with regular
some,
romance because that's
some
not regular. That's demon
non-pegging.
activity. He need to be arrested and call the manager because that's nasty, bro.
That's some
He need to be arrested.
crazy work,
please,
bro.
We are going to go with Kennedy Ryan's Before I Let Go, man. And if you
That's
don't
good.
know this is the first romance that I've read. So I'm going to recommend this to the guys. I know we passed Valentine's Day, passed the Love Day, but Kennedy Ryan's explosive writing in this book with Josiah and Yasmin and their tumultuous, however you say that word, tumultuous divorce and, you know, their reconnection and finding each other while also running a business and having 2 kids, just going through the whole gist of rekindling their marriage and watching the other person with lust, but with lust love, you know, because you feel like you made a mistake. If you want that, if you want some therapy, if you want to have a little moment of crying, you want to, this book takes you through it. What they say, it take you through there throughout the whole,
Take you through that.
throughout the whole book of just, you know, 2 people coming together, finding love, dealing with their problems, you know, dealing with each other emotionally, getting to know each other again physically, and the rekindling of love and marriage. And it was well written, Black family, middle class. I love it. Can't wait to get to the next book. Shout out to Yasmin and Josiah, Kennedy Ryan's Before I Let Go. Check it out, guys.
And
What
also
about
check
you,
out
Juice?
the Key and J, not the Key and J. I'm sorry, cut that out. Check out and check out the BookFest Club's review. We actually did a in-depth book review for Kennedy Ryan's Before I Let Go. So if you're gonna read the book, absolutely, and then come and check out our review. Like, comment, subscribe. We would love to have you, and we would love to know what you think as well. Sorry, just had to put that
good.
little.
What about you, Ju?
The audiobook that I selected because I'm team audio. All right,
I'm coming with an audio later.
Perspective. All right, it's called Stranded. It's not a new book. It's a book. I think it came out last year, but it's written by Chris Bruno, David Howard Lee, and Shakri R. Abdi, and it's narrated by an all-star lineup. And I love this lineup, y'all. Listen to this lineup: Taraja P. Henson.
I'm sold already.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
I'm sold. Taraji,
Blake Griffin. Yeah, Stranded. And I'm just going to be honest. When you hear names like Taraji P. Henson, Tracy Ellis Ross attached to an audiobook, y'all ears automatically popped up, right?
Like, I want to check it out.
Yeah, like what?
And so this is not regular. It's not casual. It's
man,
listen, it's cinematic. It's just not your average audio book where you doze off and like, man, what are they? No, it keeps you locked in. It's a thriller. It's an edge of your seat. It's a comedy. It's all that packed in one. And so, man, it's super immersive. And man, it's like nothing that you ever heard. And so if you're looking to get,
that's why I said I'm adding it now.
It's an Audible exclusive. So it's only on Audible. I'll send it to you guys in the chat and we'll add a link in the video description of a list of all of these books that we recommend. But, you know, a lot of people are trying to get back into reading. You know, they're going on their summer trips, so they're trying to read on the airplane. They're trying to read on their cruise. The truth is that person doesn't need something that's boring. They need something that's gripping, something that's alive. They need something that the story meets the performance. And with this narration cast, if you will, they hammered it. They nailed it, right? For real. And so, man, this book is crazy. Stranded, it feels more like an experience, not just a listen. And so,
listen, you done sold me. I done added it to my. I'm like, dang, that sounds.
I was just looking at
the twist. There's a little twist. There's a little, you know what I'm saying, McFadden. You know what I'm saying?
One of the McFadden twists.
Yeah, it's like a little McFadden twist up in there. So go check out Stranded. I love it.
I'm gonna check it out. Definitely send it to me. I just added it to my Goodreads, but I'm definitely gonna check it out.
What about, so as we get into our second round of thrillers, I'm about to say thrillers. As we get into our second round of book recommendations, I'll go, then Key, then Jules go, then no, matter of fact, Key, you the lady of the pod, you the queen of the pod. Key, go ahead. What is your second book of the book recommendations for the month of March?
Okay, first I want to tell y'all I visited California a couple years ago. I absolutely love it, and that's the reason I just say that first, because this book is called Expiration Dates. It's by author Rebecca Surley, and this book takes place in California, and I'm absolutely recommending it because if you've never been to California, or if you have been to California, this author does an amazing job at setting the scenery. I could smell the breeze. I could see the palm trees. I was like eating at the same restaurants that this character was eating at, and the premise of this book is like nothing I've ever read before. Our main character, Daphne, is a woman who from the time she was a child, she gets little slips of paper from the universe that tell her how long she is going to be with each man that she dates. So a paper could say 3 days, it could say 2 weeks, it could say 4 months, hence the name of the book, Expiration Dates. Okay, so she knows every guy that she dates, no matter how much she loves them, there always is an expiration date, until one day she gets a slip of paper with the name and it doesn't have any amount of time on it. And that starts her romantic journey. And there is a twist because Daphne has a secret of her own. It's a very, very big secret. And I'm gonna be honest, her secret, Jay.
No? Okay.
No, she don't got no damn herpes.
Okay. Because you know, one don't hurt nobody.
What do you mean one don't hurt nobody?
It's just a best friend.
You said herpes don't hurt nobody?
No, not one. I heard 2 do. I don't know. I don't have
one herpes.
So I don't know. No, I mean simplex one. Not.
Oh, you said I'm like herpes? One herpes hurt?
Where am I right now? What is happening?
It's James' fault. Anyway, no, she doesn't have herpes. That's not the secret. But she has a secret that changes the way that she dates. I really, really enjoyed this book until almost a halfway mark. You may be wondering why you recommended it, because it was a good book until that point, and I love the scening. I love the setting. The author just did an amazing job. Like, you're going to feel like you're in California when you're there. You're going to want to live in Daphne's life as she goes to these different sets, as she experiences these new restaurants, as she tries these new places. It was so immersive. Felt like Daphne's friend for most of the book. And I wanted to just jump and dive inside the book. And again, Women's History Month, and this is a woman author. So absolutely check it out and let me know what you think. So that is my second March book recommendation.
All right. Coming in for me, I got recommended this book by, shout out to, what's her name? Books and Bear. Shout out to her. She put me on to this book 13 by Steve Kavanaugh. Yo, think about it. A serial killer who is on trial for the murder that he committed, right? So he's a juror on the trial for the murder that he committed, but he's a juror and he's trying to get this other innocent man framed, right? But here's the caveat. The defense attorney knows he's the killer. The defense attorney knows that he is the killer. Throughout the trial, he figures it out. And the serial killer is trying to convince the jury to incriminate the other person that's on trial. So this is how he gets off. So listen, man, you want to talk about twist, and you want to talk about somebody who knows Steve Kavanaugh. Steve Kavanaugh. Yeah, Steve Kavanaugh. And when I tell you that twist, I was like, what is happening? He's basically, the serial killer isn't on trial. He's on the jury. You know what I mean? And it's a high profile murder trial. And the defense attorney, like I said, realizes that the killer is in the room, but he's sitting with the jurors who he's trying to convince the jurors that old boy did it. And even when you open up the book in the beginning, right, where he's like, I'm going to flip this coin and then see who I'm going to kill. And I'm like, yo, you going to kill a post office dude? Like, what he do to you? And it's just like, the book is just so, it's up there with The Housemaid Secrets too. And that's all I'll say about that. It's up there. It's up there. It's almost there. It's between Dear Debbie and The Housemaid Secret 2 for me, as far as like my rankings of all time thrillers. What about you, Drew?
All right, man. Hey, that's crazy. I just saw the movie on the flight to Houston. I saw The Housemaid. And so,
how was it?
Hey,
is it? I haven't seen it, bro.
You mean The Housemaid?
The movie, You know, we did our review on the jump, but I never seen it. It's good. Is that good? I was waiting for it to come out on but I was waiting for. Oh yeah, okay. I mean, we know what happens, but I'm just like,
but it was well executed. Let's
I
just
thought
say
it.
that.
I haven't read the
Okay.
book, but I really, really did like the movie. I like the movie a lot too. Yeah.
When Drew
Okay.
come in and he look at Millie, he's like, it's crazy.
Mhm.
It's
I
crazy.
can't wait to watch it now.
It's exactly how I envisioned it.
See, I need to hurry up and
See,
read the
that's
book
what
so
they
I
need.
can
They need
compare
more
it.
authors and getting them in the.
The walk up to the bedroom, right? Oh my gosh! Like, listen.
Did he
Yeah,
take her
but
out when Millie when his
I can't
wife left?
spoil
Did he
it.
take her to the
Yes,
city?
yes. He said, "Hey, we should go out." Bro, it's crazy.
Everything that we
The
spoke
little
about, bro.
girl, little girl that played. Oh my gosh, man! Good night. Yeah,
Did they get it? Did they get the character Enzo right?
yes, from the jump, from the minute that Millie pulled up from the interview, Enzo was right there at the gate, like
Clipping
for
the
the time.
All
He
right,
had the
son. So
voice.
now
It
I'm
was
definitely gonna
great.
watch
Yeah,
it today. I'm definitely gonna
yeah,
watch it. I'll put my wife
yeah.
on to that so she can watch it
Yeah,
too with me.
man. And so my second book is a nonfiction book. I read a lot of nonfiction.
Mm-hmm.
It's The Man, The Moment Demands by Jason Wilson. A lot of y'all probably know Jason Wilson.
Mhm.
He went viral for the Cave of Adullam that he has. He teaches his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Detroit,
Ooh.
Michigan. And ESPN did a story on him as well. But he
That's the
went
dark skinned
viral
dude with the glasses, right?
with the glasses, with the
Okay,
white
okay,
white beard like
yeah, with
me.
the
You
white
know what I'm
beard.
saying?
Yeah, I got you. I
Yeah.
got you. I got
And
you.
so this just isn't a book for men. This is a book for growth. This is a book for healing, discipline. I'm talking
Mhm.
real strength right here. And so Jason, he challenges the shallow version of manhood that tells men to be hard, to be emotionally cut off, to not cry, to suck those tears up, right? And
Mhm.
always be in control. Instead, he presents a stronger kind of man. He calls it the comprehensive man, a man with courage, a man with character, emotionally maturity, and have some spiritual girth and weight to him. And what I appreciate about this book is that it speaks to the moment we're living in right now, right? The moment that we're living in right now. And I love what President Obama said at Reverend Jesse
Jesse
Jackson's
Jackson's.
funeral,
It was.
where,
I was
you know,
crying. Like my
yeah,
goodness. Yeah.
I got my
yeah, yeah. It's not, we're not masquerading around and portraying strength. We're actually being strong. So many men are struggling silently, performing
mm-hmm.
like
Yes.
with performing, right? Performing strength but lacking peace. And
Yeah.
I love how Jason just touched on this, acting tough, but at the same time, you're not even whole. And so this book right here calls men to be higher. If you're tired of just surface level conversations about masculinity and you
Mhm.
want something deeper, you want something wiser, you want something more grounded, please check out The Man, The Moment Demands, because the world, we don't need weak men performing. We need
I agree.
strong men who are processing in a healthy way. And this book really teaches you how to do that.
And I did see his interview with Cam Newton, where he was
Yeah.
where he was breaking down Cam Newton, and
Come
I
on
just
now.
felt like he was really breaking down Cam Newton, and Cam Newton was like trying
I mean,
to
but
rebuttal and
is it
everything
really
like that.
difficult to break down Cam Newton? I mean,
No, but it was stuff that Cam Newton probably didn't know about himself, but just the way that another black man was talking to a black man about his hurt, about his pain, his trauma and stuff like that. We know Cam Newton is a difficult character, whatever the case may be, but I just did see that interview, and Son is a very strong and powerful speaker as well, and in the way he talked life into people. I actually follow him on the gram and other social media platforms too, so I like that. I like that picture.
And sometimes you got to understand when you're in the room with a master,
Mm-hmm.
someone who's done the work, someone who's, further down the road as you. Notice I'm not saying better than you. You just got to understand when you're in the room with a master. And sometimes you guys got to shut your ego down, listen, and take notes from a man that's a little bit more anchored than you are.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. All right, for our last round of book recommendations for the month of March,
Yes.
Key, what is your last book
I
commend
don't
for the
even want to
people?
follow up after Julie.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I should let him go first, right?
You should let
Now
him
we got to
go.
come behind him. It's like
Who getting pegged now? Like, I'm just, I had to.
Like, what am I supposed to say? He's talking about fatherhood and like
right,
men's
and here you
strength,
come
and I'm
in
like,
more romance.
It's all good. No, we need the balance. That's what I'm here for.
okay, well, I have a really good one. I was gonna choose another one, but I'm like, this.
Right after that, you like, bro, I got.
After Julie was like, that's why I said he just always got to be the overachiever. I'm like, what am I supposed to say after that? Okay. But I think this is a good book. It's called Unexpected Pass. It's by author A. Blossom, and it's about a Super Bowl MVP player. His name is Kalan, and his relationship with Philly. They meet after one of his championship games. They hit it off, and it turns out that Philly is actually pregnant with another man's baby who has absolutely dissed her, has wrote her off, and wants nothing to do with her. And so the story is just about Kalan and Philly's relationship. And why I love this book so much is there's this stigma of women who are single mothers and women who have kids. And, you know, people think, oh, ain't no man gonna want you if you have kids. And this is a black man. He's a football player. He can have anybody he wants. And he chooses Philly, and she's pregnant with someone else's baby. And he doesn't care because he loves her. He cares about her, and he doesn't want to see her go through it alone. And Philly is a beautiful, thick, curvy woman. So I feel like this author just hit a couple of stereotypes. You know how men and women feel like, you know, big girls can't get men. She got the MVP football player. You know what I mean?
Wow.
On vibes alone. He just thought that she was beautiful. She was smart. She's a celebrity barber, so she has her own business. And this book was beautiful because something that I really love is, like, I love Keisha Kaur and Gucci. I've talked about this before because she took his money and flipped it and made more of it, and she made an empire for herself. And this book, Kalan, puts Philly in places where she could be successful. She does hair. He gets her on a TV show. He gets her in the right rooms to market her products. So she gets her own, like, beauty or hairline and things like that. And I just thought this story was just, it was really beautiful. You know, it just shows the love of a man, and a man who he's using his connections to uplift his woman and give her her own strength in her own way so she doesn't have to rely on him. And then again, he sees her going through something that no woman wants to go through alone, and he picks up the pieces for a man who refused to be in his child's life. And, you know, as someone who, I've had stepfathers, well, my mommy has been married a couple times, and I've had men come into my life when my daddy may have been absent, and, you know, they have picked up the pieces when they haven't had to. They don't have to. You know, I'm not their child. And so I really, really love this book. I love this story, and I feel like it's a story written by a Black author. Like I told you, it's Women's History Month, so I'm going to represent the women, and I'm always going to represent the Black authors. And Kalan, this is for the ladies. He's a munch. So throughout the whole book, he's just
what's happening, Jay?
I don't know, bro. She getting horny or something. I don't know what's happening.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
I don't know what's happening right now.
I'm just
she
saying.
Blushing and goddamn. She getting high. So I'm like, yo, what's happening right here?
He's a munch, and I really, really just like munches and books. Yeah, just definitely check it out for the ladies. Also for the men, you know.
Hey Siri, look up munch.
Munch for who?
No, just so that y'all can know how to treat a woman. He in the beginning,
I thought you meant like
he treats her with nothing but respect, with care. Like, he's not ever ashamed of her. I mean, he just protects her in a way that just felt so loving. I just thought their story was really, really beautiful. So I would definitely, that's my third pick. Pick Kalan because he's a munch, he's a football player, and he loves him some Philly cheesesteak. Okay.
Well, I don't know if this Negro's a munch, and I'm not gonna say nothing about this Negro right here. You know what I mean? But the next one is my last book. I can't now talk about a man. Now I'm looking at the cover, he got his shirt off. But the next one is Lucky Me, a memoir by Rich Paul. And I believe that.
Come on, Paul.
And me and you were supposed to do this review, bro. That's why I'm gonna get on your tail.
Come on, Jay.
Yeah, I gotta bring this one home, bro. And this one just crossed my mind like a month ago because I just came up like my, Audible bill that be bringing up your past reads or whatever the case may be. So Rich Paul, people think that he is he tailgated LeBron James. Let's be clear, this dude grew up in the Cleveland area or Ohio, Cleveland area. Cleveland area where he had to see his moms be strung out, right? His pops in and out. So he had to come up with a figure for himself to kind of get that money. So Rich been getting the money, whether he was shooting dice, whether he was hustling his jerseys, you know what I'm saying? Whether he upgraded himself to a little bit of powder, you know what I'm saying? Like he
working in his dad's corner store.
Or working in his dad's corner store. You know, his dad saved his life one time when he was like, yo, son, you don't know what dude was thinking. You know what I mean? I could have, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, people don't really understand Rich's story. They think that he just was LeBron's friend from the beginning, not knowing that he didn't meet LeBron until he was a teenager, passing through him at the airport, and he was on his way because he had a job where he was the first one in that area selling throwback jerseys. You know what I'm saying? And LeBron was copping from him before he was put on. And Rich was getting money. He figured out, yo, if I could just get these jerseys from him wholesale and bring them back to Cleveland, I could get money by working at that store and getting the jerseys and bringing them back and selling them to the people for, you know what I'm saying, discounted prices. So he been getting money. As you see, he got the bling on
Been
the chain,
getting
a
money
Ain't he
real,
the
since
one
he
that's
was
with
in
Adele?
since
He's dating
yeah. So
Adele,
he
right?
been getting
yeah.
money like
Yeah.
people don't
He been
realize. They
getting
think
money
that
since elementary school.
right.
Let's
So
be
he
clear.
been getting the bag, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not as big as bag, but it just shows you that it's levels. He was
He had a
getting it on his
mentality.
level
Yeah.
and the mentality was still there. And now he getting it on a higher level. And that's why LeBron gravitated to him, because he's seen that he was about the money, but he also knew how to take care of the money and how to come up with new schemes. So to see where he's at now, and for somebody who listened to his audiobook and listened to his story, this is one of the first. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't read this. The first memoir I think I've ever read of somebody. I didn't read Malcolm X, which I hopefully will one day get to. I didn't read Doc, but I read Rich Paul John, and it was just a fantastic read for Black men. And this gave me more respect for Rich, because, and I see why he did it. You know what I'm saying? Because in the area where it's like, yeah, LeBron James's friend, right? Nah, I've been doing this. You know what I'm saying? And it just, for me, I know a lot of people gain a lot of respect for him, you know, as they read his memoir. It was so dope. It was well written. It really shows his life. Like, he had a hard life, like a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? But he was really in the trenches, you know what I mean?
Real
So
talk.
shout
Right.
out to Rich Paul. If y'all
Dice
can
games and
read Lucky
everything.
Me, Memoir of Changing Odds by Rich Paul,
Yeah,
narrated
you know
by
what? I'm
Rich
not doing
Paul. So
I'm not
that's
doing
dope.
no books with y'all no more. I refuse. Just delete this whole video. I'm over here trying to have fun. I'm talking about pegging and munching, and y'all like,
Look,
yeah,
that was my first book that wasn't in the
Rich,
fantasy.
look,
That
this
was
is
my
your
first book that
Rich
wasn't out there like
Paul, a
that, though.
powerful man. Then here's Jules, like,
Yeah,
yeah, you know,
I know it's
strength. And
Women's Month,
I'm
but
just like, you know
that
what?
book been on my
Y'all,
mind, because we
y'all didn't
supposed
read
to.
the room, so now I feel like just delete my
Hey,
parts. Just
Nah,
delete
it's
it.
man, we
not. It's
got
a
you. Yeah,
good.
listen, it's a
I'm like,
We got to
balance.
do a
It's a
review on
balance.
that Lucky
I
Me,
keep
man.
telling you, bro. That was supposed to be our last review before
Was
everything. That was supposed to be our last jump, bro. But what about you, Jules? End it off, man. Bring us home.
bring it
another
home.
memoir, man. And
Okay.
it's by, man, you know what I'm saying? I just got back from Houston. I just got
Mm-hmm.
back from H-Town, you know what I'm
Ace
saying?
time.
And
Oh,
so I got to rep it with Christian rapper Lecrae Moore's book, Unashamed.
Okay.
And it's from the 116 click, you know what I'm saying? I'm unashamed of the gospel. And this book is raw, man. You think by him being a Christian rapper that it's going to be all, you know, astute and polished
Yeah.
and everything. Man, this
Yeah.
dude gets raw, right? This is a story about pain. It's a story about identity, faith, the struggle, redemption, right? And what makes Unashamed hit so hard for me is that Lecrae does not try to clean up his story. He ain't trying to clean up his story and make himself look perfect. He talks about the wounds. He talks about being confused. And with his faith, he talks about the mistakes that he made, like real mistakes, talking about like pill popping and things of that nature, the inner battles that shaped him. And I love that. Just the honesty. The honesty is exactly what makes this book so strong. And this is a book for anybody who's ever wrestled with who they are,
Yeah.
who's ever wrestled with where they belong, right? We
Mhm.
all need a sense of belonging. Who've ever wrestled with whether God can really use their story. And what I like about Lecrae in this book is that he reminds us that your past does not cancel your purpose, and the pain does not disqualify you from your call. And this dude is making huge waves and have made huge waves. I first found out about Lecrae back in, I think it was like 04, 05,
Mhm.
when he dropped the Jesus Music and the Real Talk
Mhm.
CD, right?
no.
I was in Iraq
Classic
the
days.
second time, but it's a classic. But he's been in the game that long. He had that much longevity, and I just love it because your struggle doesn't make you unworthy of grace. And he really unpacks that. He talks about how his uncles were like gang members out in San Diego, and then his family moving to Houston and all the struggles that came with that. His bonus dad. He talks about that. I just feel like if you want a book that's transparent about the faith, and when I say the faith, I'm talking about the Christian faith. You want a book that's faith-filled, deeply human, then check out Unashamed, because it's exactly that. He's unashamed of not only his faith, but he's unashamed of his story
Mhm.
as well. And he's not packing it up like that was something that was in the past. No, he's talking about things that he's endured since being a celebrity.
Mhm.
Right. And I love that. And so sometimes the most powerful testimony is the one that we refuse to hide. And Lecrae did that perfectly in this book, Unashamed. He hid nothing. He was totally raw and transparent. And it's a strong read.
Can I toot our own horn, man? I got to toot our own horn on this one. I don't normally do that. I'm always kind of humble when it comes to it. But look at the variety and you know, the disparity in a good way that we all bring to the pod. You know what I mean? You know, Jules with the self-help, Key with the romance, me with the fantasy. You get you get a difference of not opinions, but you get different perspectives of reading material from all of us, right?
That's true.
And
Absolutely.
not to say that, you know, I ain't going to say and say nobody's doing it like that, but I mean, what I feel like we bring to the table is special, you know, for us, you know, for our listeners. And, you know, we thank our listeners for, you know, tuning in each and every week to listen to us speak. And we just wanted y'all to know that we take this stuff very serious. We don't
We
just
do.
Absolutely.
sugarcoat, you know, we
Come
don't
on now.
sugarcoat over books. We dive deep into books because these are our passions, you know, whether we're doing, you know, each of our own, you know, genres of books. But and we take it serious that if one person wants to get into something, and we're gonna have respect for that person enough to really engage in a book, and we're gonna talk about it, right? So I just want y'all to know that we're giving y'all our authentic selves in each and every review, and
Mhm.
Real
we
talk.
don't take no shortcuts. You know what I'm saying? And because we take this very serious. So I just wanted y'all to know that, man. I'm thankful for my hosts. My boy got me in a spiritual moment right now. I'm just thankful for my two hosts for holding it down with me through this process. And I hope that, you know, the pod flourishes. And again, we thank the people because without y'all, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. We got a lot of big things coming. Stay tuned. Keep on listening to us,
Absolutely.
you know, each and every week, of course. You know, you catch us on the red app, the green app, Apple, you know, Twitch, whatever.
Everywhere.
See us everywhere, right? We're
I love it.
everywhere.
The
Continue to
Black app
support.
title.
Right. Continue to support. And you know, we have our own, you know, different paths as well. You know, you got Keita MC, you know, she has her own book, podcast, her own book talk, you know, Bookstagram, where she, you know, gets
Go
into her
follow her.
reading. You know,
Yeah.
Jules is the same thing. He's the Capadonna of the pod. He's a man of many
Oh my
traits.
gosh,
So
yes.
go check out his numerous ventures, as we talked about earlier in the pod, and then come back and be like, yo, Jay, you was right, bro. This dude is really a chef, a priest, I mean, a pastor, you know what I'm saying? A SSO,
You
a
name
vending
it.
company,
A
you know what I'm
combat
saying? He
veteran.
speaks, you know,
Shout
so,
out to all
you
the
know,
vets out there.
And I mean,
a
I want to
vet, you
also
know.
speak on Jay. Jay
Come on
is,
now.
I don't think that Jay understands how instrumental he is. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was
Come
doing
on,
book
Key.
talk just small time, like just doing little videos here and there. And Jay, you know, blessed me with the opportunity of a lifetime. He believed in me. You know, he was like, you know, I want to do a podcast with you. Let's test this out. And he was the first person that I met that shared completely my love for books. And Jay has been like a big brother to me. He's taught me so much, and he truly is an amazing person. And I think y'all need to check out his videos as well. He's so cinematic with it. You know, he be sitting on bleachers and got the lights and
He
you
hooks
know,
you in, man. He
he
hooks you in.
does. Jay is one of the people who edits all of our videos. So he does all of that. He edits it. He puts it on TikTok.
Come
He
on,
puts it
man.
on YouTube, podcast.
Yeah.
He is a really big part of doing the behind the scenes work that I feel like you don't really see that much of, but without him, we would be nothing. So, and I know he's like the jokester of the podcast, but I hope that he understands just how important he is and how grateful.
Vital.
Like, you know, you are absolutely
Yeah.
vital. Like I said, you're like a big brother to me. Like, I love talking
Appreciate
to you. Like, you are literally hilarious. And just shout out to somebody who saw little old me and gave me this opportunity to build this
Appreciate you.
podcast into what
Always.
it is. So, like, we all really love and appreciate each other. We have a great like chemistry, great bond, great
Absolutely.
relationship. We all have different talents. Speaking on what Jay said, I hope that y'all realize that we all are bringing different things to the podcast, and we try to be as authentic and as real as possible always. And just every single member of this team is so important. And we wouldn't be the BookFest Club
Yes.
without any of us. Even on the episodes when Jules is not there, he is always missed. Always,
And
always,
he's still there.
always.
That's
Like,
why his
you
pictures
know,
always on every review that we do. It
he,
ain't gonna change. The
Appreciate
pictures is
it.
yep,
always gonna be there. So when
yep.
they click it, I know they probably be like, "Oh, where's you at?"
Where's
He gonna be
Jules?
on there. He gonna ain't gonna be no separate. No, we're one group. So
Nah,
when
We
one of
are
us do
one.
it,
I appreciate that,
but
fam.
exactly.
everything y'all see from me, y'all, I get it from him. So when
Mhm.
y'all see the edits, when y'all
Man,
see the
thank you, bro.
speaking, I literally coined myself after him because once I seen how articulate he was and how well mannered and speak to you, I try. You know, sometimes I'm
Well,
still a
man,
little
not too much
hood.
on me. Let me chime in, bro. Hold on,
I'm
man.
still a
Y'all
little
engaged me.
hood,
Y'all done celebrated me. Let me chime in on y'all, man.
but
Listen,
it's the
this
truth.
is an iron sharpens iron
Yeah.
situation that we have going on here at the BookFest Club. For real, man. These two right here, they help me to be better, man. For real. We can't, like, we were going to do a whole nother episode but we scrapped it because they was like, listen, we need to be on our A game with this episode. So let's do this instead. And so that's the type of chemistry. When Key talks about chemistry, that's what she's talking about. Like, listen, everybody's voice in this operation matters, man. And I don't see anyone better to do this with than, Jay and Key, man. Like, for real, I'm really honored to be a part of this pod, man. I feel like we're making waves. I feel like we're making an impact. Men are picking up books. Women are engaging our content. And I feel like people are walking away better. I'm having this renewed sense to want to read and to pick up a book because.
And for book readers, where else can you, like, it's podcasts for hip hop, it's podcasts for conspiracy theories. And it's like, when I envisioned it, even when we did it before, when I envisioned it, I was like, all right, where's the podcast for the booksters, right? Where's the podcast that somebody who their life is around books, or 80% of their life, they might not want to listen. They might not be into rap and all that stuff. So they come here to us. This is why we got to be the best at what we do. You know what I mean? Because it's people listening to us, and we just want to make sure that the people get 100% of what we do, and then hopefully they following, you know what I'm saying, on the book. Before
let me
we get out of here,
let me piggyback off of that. Like shout out to you, the viewer. Shout out to the bookish community for receiving us and accepting us and encouraging us.
Thank you.
Man, we couldn't do anything of what we do without you supporting. And so we ask that you continue to support. Thank you for your support up until this point, man. It's only up from here, right?
It's only up from here. Yep.
Anything y'all want to say to the people before we get out of here?
I'm getting all emotional. I'm like, let me keep blinking.
Nah, you good. Anything y'all want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Just piggybacking off of what Jules said, my favorite part of doing this is not only engaging in book talks with my wonderful, amazing co-hosts, but also engaging with the viewers. I love reading y'all comments. It makes my day when y'all engage on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, because we're everywhere. Okay. So everywhere. I just really love engaging with y'all. And like Jules said, we would be nothing without you guys, without your engagement, the constant sharing and reposts and tagging authors when we're talking about their books. Like, you don't even know how appreciated it is. Like, I'm just a small girl from that town, and so when I see videos shared, and there have been people like family members who have said, someone shared one of your videos, like I seen it, and you know how happy that makes me. And especially because, like Jay said, I love to read. I've loved to read since I was a child, and to get to share that love with people who are
payoff. You made it to the NBA.
It's the payoff. You know what I mean? It's unfounded. I've never experienced anything like it. And I am just over the moon, so appreciative of every single person who tunes in weekly. And like Jules and Jay said, we have some really great things coming, and we hope that you will continue to stay tuned, especially when we get to 500 subscribers. We have a surprise.
Yeah, 430 right now.
Yeah, we're at 430 right now. So we have a really big surprise coming when we get to our 500 subscribers. Please always stay tuned. We got so much in store. You have not even seen the best of what we got yet.
It's still early in the year, so I can't wait.
It's only March.
I know. And we got a couple interviews coming up too.
Oh yes,
we got a couple interviews coming up soon. Just be prepared, man. Be prepared to see us and listen to us and have great dialogue, man. But again, it's been a pleasure speaking with my co-host, y'all. We got Key the Reader, I'm the speaker. We got Jules the Architect. Until next time, peace.
Until next time, peace.